Hi guys, welcome to my channel of personal lessons and life observations. My name is Tatiana, and today I would like to share with you a little thinking about freedom. What is freedom? How we can feel it, whether we have it, and things like that. Um, my friends and I recently had different conversations about that, about whether karma exists, whether we have choice in life, whether we can really make changes or there is something external, something that influences us, and we have no choice in particular situations. I would say that we do have choice, but for that, to be able to use this choice, there is important knowledge that is required. So let's say we don't know anything, we just live our life as everybody taught us and how it goes. For example, we talk with another person. This person say a word that triggers situation from our past, and we have automatic reaction right to it. For example, there is a word that triggered my sense of being lost or being abandoned, and I start to protect myself, or I start to cry, or reactions are very different. And the whole psychology and psychoanalysis is working toward understanding what's going on, how we can limit those reactions, why those reactions happen. And many psychologists and psychiatric even psychiatrists also would tell you that if you understand your reaction, it's a way for you to get rid of those, or at least to make them smaller. I would say that when we react to something, when we allow our past experiences, fears, automatic reactions comes in, it's more like we are on autopilot. We are not in charge of our life in reality. We allow people, circumstances, and everything like that to control our life. We basically flow down the river wherever it takes, wherever it goes. And that is really sad because people would say, oh, my life is pointless, or I would just enjoy the process, or something like that. I found another way. With knowledge from ALLATRA books, from programs, I realized that we are able to, we absolutely can um, take charge of our life. Instead of going through automatic reactions, we can become distant from the situation. We can become an observer. So it's about not being inside the situation, but being kind of outside. Imagine that you are watching a movie. You observe any character and say, oh, why he did this, why he does that, I would do differently. Or doesn't he see that this person is deceiving him, or this is dangerous? When in this case we behave like observer, we see the situation more from the distance, and we are able to understand some connections, have broader picture in front of us. So what's really happening, that we have more objective perspective. And what I'm offering you is to try and gain this objective perspective about your own life. Of course, it's hard and it never happens right away. It takes energy and it takes practice, that's for sure. But we can do it, and we can try and learn by making even mistakes. So there are different stages. One stage is when we basically did something wrong. For example, we too emotionally reacted to somebody's saying, or somebody's let's say critique. because for me, critique was always a big thing, big trigger. So let's say somebody criticized you and you reacted, you start to be offensive, defensive, and it turned out into blow out into like huge scandal. It's still normal if you in time, if you go back to this situation in your memory and take some lessons. You start thinking, okay, here is where I took over by emotions. Here is what I shouldn't say and everything. It's like a post-event analysis, and it's also good. So this is like the first stage that usually happen to people, and when it's happening, that's amazing. It means that you are powerful enough and you are willing to know yourself better, to see yourself. And many people don't get to this stage because they simply afraid. They're super scared that they see something they don't like, and they better cave themselves. They better protect themselves, cover their eyes with pictures of something positive, or start to defend themselves. So as soon as you understand what's going on and see yourself more objectively after something happened, that's big step. I would say it's like 50% of success, even more. If you are able to do that, that's awesome. Great job. Second stage, when you practice enough, this is stage when situation is going on and you start to be triggered. You already start saying things or feeling things, and you say to yourself, stop it. Like, what's going on? You're taking control while you are inside the situation. And that is very important, and it's not that easy, especially when emotions blowing out. I recently had this example when I was in the room with two other people, and we had very active dialogue, I would say. There were a lot of emotions involved, and what helped me to stop, not to be that involved emotionally in the situation, is that I saw the person react very unusually. So when I saw that this person become protective, start to be offensive a little bit, and I never see him like that, I was like, wait a minute, something strange happening, something unusual. And that kind of triggered reactions inside my mind, and helped me to realize that I need to do something to change it. And when I kind of remove my energy, remove my focus from emotions into something else, into my internal balance, and start telling stuff from my heart, from peace, basically. And instead of fighting, instead of searching who is right, who is wrong, I was asking questions. And my first thing was to calm down and start talking. We still can talk, we still can ask questions, we still can disagree, but it needs to be unemotional. As soon as we are taken over by emotions, there is very little we can do. And this is when autopilot takes in. So this is the second stage. And the third stage is the best one. Frankly speaking, I'm not at this stage and even close to it. It's when we have reactions that may happen, but we spot it and we stop it right away. So this is when we don't allow situations to even happen. So how it works? We have our observer, internal observer, active on guard. And as soon as we spot emotion, we spot thought that become very attractive to us, but we notice that this is not something that we really want to pay attention to. And this is how we can find a way to not being involved in this situation, in this reaction. So for me, this is how I see freedom. freedom to choose whether to react or not, whether to take the thought or not. Even when when we've been caught by circumstances, when we did something wrong, when we say bad things, we know that we have freedom to change it. We have right now, at this very moment, we have freedom to do something different next time. And this is the best. There are people who spend tons of energy, tons of money on astrologists, numerologists, who try to have a paid session with psychotherapy. But what they do many times, they just stuck in the past. They start to understand what's going on, why I do that, and they would say like, okay, I have this and that. For example, I have childhood trauma, and when men tell me particular words, I become triggered, I become offensive, I become defensive, for example. You say it, but in this case, you kind of putting yourself in cage. You limit your freedom because you say, okay, this is me, this is my reaction, or okay, I'm very stubborn, or I don't like this type of people. This is how we think that we explain what's going on, but in reality, we create limitations for us. What my philosophy is that we can do many things in our life in the past, but what is past is past. Right now we have a choice. We can make decisions. We make decisions every single moment. What to do, where to put our attention. And this is only what matters. What matters now. Yes, I can be stubborn. Yes, I can be emotional, but it's not my choice right now. I choose to have freedom. I choose to change my life, not to react. And in future videos, I will share my experiences, how I become more free in life, and some suggestions how you can become free. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for the channel, share this video, and see you soon.